It was nice to get a couple days of rest, but yeah, we're excited to get it going again, and should be another fun series.
Back for your line in the last series, you guys had that great first game, and then obviously the game-winning goal in overtime. And I know you guys are in a matchup role a lot. Do you expect to maybe have more offensive opportunities in this series?
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. Two different style teams that we're going up against, but regardless of the opponent, yeah, we want to play better than we were last series as a whole. Obviously, like you said, a couple of good moments, but overall, not too happy about our performance. So, yeah, I expect us to be better in this one.
Anything specific that you want to see your group do better, your line?
Yeah, I think more so like getting pucks and holding on to them down low. Not so much one and done plays. Against this team, the best way to play defense is be on the offensive. So just the more that we can have puck possession time should lead things in our favor.
If you get used in a matchup role again in this series, how much pride can you take in potentially going up against one of their top two lines?
Yeah, a lot of pride, obviously. They got a great group over there, some great individual players. So, no matter who we're put up against, it's going to be a tough task, but something that we embrace, and that's what we worked all year for.
We always hear about learning to win, doing the right things to make it to the next round. What was the lesson you guys learned taking our national seriously?
I would say you got to stay even keeled. You can't get too high or low. Was important, but just the battle back mentality. The swings in the game can happen so fast. But it was good for a lot of us that haven't been in those positions before to get that under our belt, and you don't know how you're gonna act or react until it happens. So just to go through the whole experience should do us well, and prepare us for what's next.
I'm not sure comfort zone is the right word, but the fact that everyone learned that lesson, you expect a different.
I would expect to be more comfortable if we're in that position again. I guess would be the main point. It's playoff hockey, so anything can happen, and you got to be ready for that. But yeah, we got a good glimpse of pretty much everything in that first one. So yeah, we're ready to go here and ready for anything that comes our way.
So much focus on McDavid, obviously for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But in your experience, what about matching up against Draisaitl, and what makes him such a unique player?
I think his vision, sets him apart. He sees the ice so well. It's you can't really guess because that's what he's waiting for, and he'll make you pay. And then just how he can create offense out of nothing. It's hard to do in this league. There's not many guys that can, take the puck and make something happen out of nothing. But he's one of them. So you just got to be on your toes at all times.
Back to PK. How tough is it to handle their power play, given the number of looks they have and just how much motion there is there?
Yeah, it's a very unique with that skill set over there. So once again, you got to be on your toes and ready for everything. You can do as much video as you want, but until you get out there and have to react off what they're doing will be the tell-all. And our PK's going in the right direction, and I expect us to give them a hard time and limit their opportunities.
How much can it help prepare you as a PK unit to have a couple of Hall of Famers working on the power play out there like at practice?
Yeah, that was real fun. I know that they like when they get a chance to show their skill off again. But that helps a lot, and just picking their brain on what they're looking and seeing goes a long way. But yeah, very nice that we have that luxury to have those guys out there.
Lots of familiarity there.
To be treated like the underdog in this series by a lot of people. Do you feel that way inside the locker room?
No, not at all inside the locker room. We're a very confident group. What you guys say is out of our control, so that's just the way it is. And we're ready to go, and we have all the confidence in ourselves to pull this thing out.
Lots of familiarity between the teams, but what's it going to take to get this to the level of a rivalry?
I think that the series will speak for itself, and we'll see what we have at the end of it. But I expect some high-level hockey here over the next couple weeks, and the rest will play itself out.
It's a great hockey team. It's a great hockey team, elite skill. They've added some grit over the years. They've added some great defenders. Listen, it's a great hockey team over there. They have been for a very long time. We're going to have a challenge on our hands for sure. We know that. We're going to have to be really crisp. All of our defensive reads are going to have to be really good. But we feel confident in here that if we do those things, we have a good chance to win.
Yesterday, Rick talked about the fact that guys will be more relaxed after after the first round. Maybe you guys are a little nervous for some of the other guys. As the playoffs progress, obviously we know it ramps up, but do guys get more comfortable as it goes on?
I think there is a mental block that you're able to get past winning the first round. I don't know if guys will feel more comfortable. I think that probably depends person to person, but I think there is a little bit of self-realization that, hey, we can do this, which I think is something that we went through early on in the year when everyone was very concerned about the start. And all of a sudden we had a really good start and we're like, oh, okay, like we can do this. I think it's a team, a young team that's getting older, that's kind of just finding their way. And, we try to help guide as best we can as older guys. So.
Have you ever had a rookie goalie sit there between periods with an ice pack on his head and just kind of has that gaze like nothing ever faces him? Is this something new for you to experience?
Specifically about the ice pack, I don't know. I couldn't comment about that, but the confidence that he brings to his preparation and to his game, certainly his demeanor, is great. It's something that guys can feed off of, almost as if hey, I'm not going to let up a goal, and if I do let up a goal, I'm going to go back and make the rest of the saves for the rest of the game. So it's confidence is not a bad thing. It's a very, very good thing, especially for goaltenders, and he has it in spades, which we celebrate.
Ian, how confident do you feel about the penalty kill going up against, obviously, what can be just a machine on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I could basically go word for word what I said earlier about their team, right? Like high-end skill, the way that they can, certainly move, but make plays while they play with such speed. And they have some big-time shooters out there. They got great net front presence. It's a very unique and certainly world-class power play. So it's going to be a heck of a challenge. But again, I think we're confident in here, and I think we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we were scared of them.
Ian, just on your side, the penalty kill itself, it looked like it was pretty damn dialed in against Nashville.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's a power play. Power play in the playoffs. Like, they're going to put their best 5 guys out there, and they're going to be out there for almost a full 2 minutes. So we know that. We know our reads need to be crisp. We know that I think pucks are going to be going to the net at some point, and there are going to be some low plays. There's going to be a lot of shots. We're going to have to block them. We're going to have to win battles around the net. It's a simplified formula, but it's one that works if we can get the job done.
Is there anything in the fabric of this team or the way that you've watched this group grow over the last few weeks that reminds you of some of those successful teams you've been on?
I think it's tough to draw parallels to either specific players or to lines or to D pairs, but I think there are a lot of positive signs. I mentioned that potential mental roadblock that we got through getting through the first round, and I think that us kind of having that self-realization that, hey, we can do this. We should have confidence, and we can win different styles of games is good for us. So this style of this series will probably be different than the last, but the fundamental points in terms of the sacrifice and the dedication will always be there. So if we can establish those and then build from there, we'll be all right.
We're also human beings.
Kind of gods here, to be honest.
We just falling in love with ourselves. We spiraling.
I don't know if we've won one yet, so we're up to the test.
Joseph Wall.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.